The Supreme Court has rejected to interfere in the electoral bond case. Now the Supreme Court has refused to set up a special investigation team investigations that will be led by retired judge. The petitions for SIT investigation into nexus between political parties and corporates has been rejected by the top court. The Supreme Court said that there are other remedies available in the law in such criminal cases. Remember, the Supreme Court was hearing a batch of pleas seeking a probe by a special investigation team under judicial supervision into the alleged scam in the electoral bond scheme, which was earlier scrapped by the Supreme Court on February 15. So, a big news coming in. The Supreme Court has refused to set up probe team in electoral bond scheme. My colleague Sunil Prabhu is also now joining me for more details. Sunil, big verdict coming up from the Supreme Court. It has refused to interfere in donations to political parties through electoral bond and has refused to set up any SIT. Sunil, big news coming in. The Supreme Court has refused to set up any SIT for probe in the electoral bond scheme case. Now, the big news is coming in while we try to reconnect to our colleague. The Supreme Court has now refused to interfere in donations to political parties and in electoral bonds case. No SIT will be formed. My colleague Sunil Prabhu is back with us. Sunil, if you can hear me, the Supreme Court has given its verdict. It has refused to interfere in the electoral bonds case. No SIT will be formed.
That's right. The Chief Justice of India and his bench, after taking a break, conferring with their fellow colleagues, have ruled and said very categorically, till other remedies have not been followed, we cannot invoke at this present stage Article 32 to do that investigation of constituting a special investigating team. The Chief Justice of India, as well as Justice Pardiwala, as well as Justice Manoj Mishra, are searching questions to the petitioner, in this case, the Center for Public Interest Litigation, as well as the common causes led by Prashant Bhushan, asking him why they should, not follow the remedies that are invoked to a common man of filing an FIR and everything else. Even though powerful arguments were put forward saying that, there were investigating officers who were involved, governments were involved, be it center or state, as well as, of course, powerful corporates. The Supreme Court Chief Justice of India refused to interfere and allow a roving expedition or investigation at this present juncture into the cases. Yes, there has been quid pro quo. They haven't denied the fact, but normal remedies which are applicable to the law should be followed. There were other petitioners also who had sought that the money be confiscated from political parties who have been given. On that also, the Chief Justice of India has refused to entertain at this present juncture. Of course, there will be other remedies to be followed, but at this present state, the Supreme Court has refused to intervene or allowed a SIT to be formed to look into the electoral bonds investigation where there has been alleged quid pro quo, as has been pointed out by the petitioners.